Hello, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D. I will be your vitamin D. We are on a coffee plantation, and in this video, welcome to the Zillionaires Club. And in this video, I want to share with you how much I love Costa Rica now. I know, right? It's really strange. When I remember when I first got to Cancun, I was like, everything here is Americanized and shit. I can't even learn about the culture. This is bullshit. Then when I left Cancun, I miss this place. I love Cancun so much. It's one of my favorites. And it's very true, still is. The same thing about this place. I guess because I've been here for about a month now, and I guess the more time you spend with anything, you get to expose to more people, the diversity, the culture, and then you're just like, wow, and at first when I got here, because of San Jose and the drug problems, and seeing people on the streets, like OD on the street, family begging. I mean, there's still a lot of that, but when I got exposed to different part of the culture, people, it's just like anywhere else, and I love it.
Cheers.
Last night I saw, I think it was a documentary. Like sometimes I just turn on the television, and then just kind of listen to them speak and try to get used to it. But before I get to the documentary, in Costa Rica, when people say gracias, the people here taught me how to say con gusto, C-O-N, and then gusto, G-U-S-T-O, instead of de nada. And people, when we see each other in the street, like people do say hola, but you rarely hear it. People say buena, and yes, for formal usage, you can use buenos dias, buena tardes, and buena noches, morning, afternoon, and night. But buena, is fine. If you live in America, right? I mean, how absurd is it to walk in the street during the morning, and when you see someone, you say good night.
Don't smoke crack every day.
I've done it. I mean, I didn't do it in English, but just imagine how funny that would be, right? Like you walk in the morning, go for a walk in the morning, and then you see someone and you greet them by saying good night, good night, good night, you dumb fuck. I've done that a couple of times, and I thought about it. I was like, wow, that's pretty absurd. But anyway, the Constitution. Okay, so in Costa Rica, there's the Constitution. In Mexico, there's the Constitution. in Panama, there's the Constitution, and usually, the Constitution is the birth God-given right to the people of that country. Or, if you look at it from another perspective, it's for the slaves. And, you know, I don't want you to think it that way. I'd rather think that the Constitution is for the people. Like I said, you know, I live in America. Ow. I live in America. Ow. God damn it. I live in America. I only know the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and the 14th Amendment. But anyway, I saw a documentary last night, and they are struggling with the same thing, like the liberal ideology pushing so that the livelihood of the people are destroyed. And they have the abortion issue here as well. It's so crazy, but imagine everything that's happening in America, right? The left agenda, or you know, the agenda of like, you know, of like aborting babies, but in the good name of pro-choice. You know, and we know how they're full of shit, right? And if you live in America, you know what I'm talking about. If you live in Mexico, Costa Rica, and Panama, as far as what I understood from that documentary, that you guys are struggling as well, and you know the churches and the people are standing up, and the propaganda machine, like the news, the media, the newspaper, they do the same thing here. And I was shocked. But they are going through a revolution just like America. Isn't that crazy? Insanity I feel lately. Oh, reality so fake lately. And when we talk about the propaganda machine in the U.S., it runs worldwide. And when I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Like, people here, not just America, but, you know, Latin. When people say Latin America, I really don't know what that means. Like, I know that there's Mexico, there's Middle America, and there's South America. But Latin America, maybe it's the whole thing. If you know what it is, please explain. But it's crazy. And my other observation is that, you know, during, like, even till now, like Chile, they lock their border again. So if you are unvaccinated, you can only enter with a PCR test result, or a negative antigen test, or negative PCR or antigen test. And, you know, because Chile, a while back, they had their thing open, and for some reason they just shut it down recently. There's a couple of them. Guatemala, I think Guatemala opened up, and then Belize is also another one that opened up. But when you look from Mexico down to South America, okay, just try to think of it as, I know I'm gonna get pushback for this, but think of it as like a whole country, and then within those countries, within that country, there are states, but they don't, but they are their separate country. I'm just giving you an example so you can kind of picture it. And they are struggling just like Democrats and Republicans. Some of the countries, you know, are pretty much very liberal, like kind of like New York and California, completely lock their citizen, and it's like total control, you know.
Con, are you talking shit again, bro?
And And there are country, like Mexico, Guatemala, Belize. They just recently opened up, but El Salvador, hooray for El Salvador. They are cleaning up the country, less crime, adopting Bitcoin. All of the country that are adopting Bitcoin, eventually they are going to lead the new monetary system. And what else? Argentina is still it's still open, and but they are struggling just like America, and that's what I found out. But anyway, like spending time here, like I um, I I haven't been making video, especially talking about what's happening in America because I'm out of the country now. Like I don't like I want to understand what's going on, but I don't want it to take over my life, especially when I'm traveling. I've been doing a lot of self work. Been eating good. I think almost like trying to get a six pack, but working out and start focusing more on my on the on back to the video editing and stuff like that, and try to actually push my product. Like I really want to, like I'm going to, not really want to, but I'm in the process of like trying to sell the bipolar poet, because I've had that for a while now, but I just never got a chance to like really have the time to put everything together. I have 20 copies, so I'm gonna do a marketing video, just for that, and start making income, when I like while building my personal brand and creating my art. And that's what I want to do, because if you pay attention to like my road trip and even some of the time when I was in Mexico, like everything is just so crazy in America, with the inflation, with the lying, with the accusing, and then with the it's not the world that I want to live in. And I feel like if I put my attention in that, eventually, how am I going to survive? Like I'm supposed to be working on my business. I'm supposed to be creating my own asset. I'm building a personal brand so that I can sell my product to you that are watching, if you're interested, right? Whoever's interested, that's the whole point of building a personal brand, and eventually, meet the right kind of people and start a company. That's why I can't, I'm really happy that I'm here on this plantation, and it's kind of shift my focus and learn. Like I learned how to love Costa Rica more, and for me that was lovely. We currently have 42 copies of the Bipolar Poet. Okay, I will see you in the next video, my friend. And wherever you are, make a video. Use the hashtag Gazillionaires Club and let me know. Have you ever experienced something that you dislike, or not dislike, but you just dislike, right? You're like, I've done this before, I've seen this before, there's nothing new. And then the more time you spend on it or with it, you're like, oh, I love you too. Okay, bye.